The things I've learned about death and funerals. Hello Internet, I'm David and this is the Pursuit blog. And before I get started, I wanted to say thank you to all of you who showed your support and were praying for my family. Many of you know that I lost my grandmother recently, and my wife and I just got back from the funeral, and it was very apparent that people were praying for us. So I wanted to say thank you before I got started. But here's what I learned in that time down in Mississippi about death and funerals. I hate funeral homes. They're fake and they're empty. It kind of looks nice on the outside, but when you get inside, there's nothing but death. There's a metaphor there. Think about it. It is much better to celebrate someone's life than to mourn their death. Donuts are good no matter what day it is or what state of mind you're in. They just are. They're like a constant. Grieving is a strange process. You can go from laughing hysterically to crying instantaneously. It's a roller coaster of emotions, but they're okay. It is a process. The plethora of desserts that are brought to a family after they lose a loved one, those are called comfort calories, and they don't count. God really does comfort the brokenhearted. It's not just a verse in the Bible. Never live with regrets, which means you need to be present with the people that you love, like now. Fortunately, I grew up with my grandmother. I was very close with my grandmother, and so at her funeral, I didn't have those regrets that were nagging at me and eating away at me. It's really good to just sit on the back porch with your family and talk all day and do nothing else. There's something very healing about that. It kind of goes back to being present with the people that you love. When talking about marriage and God says two are better than one, he wasn't joking. My wife was amazing. She stood by my side and comforted me throughout the whole week, and I'm just extremely grateful to have her. Telling stories about the person that you love is very, very good for the soul. My wife got to listen to hours upon hours of stories that I told as we were driving the 12 hours there and 12 hours back. Laugh at a funeral. It's fun and unexpected. Just make sure you laugh at the appropriate times. Got a chance to read a portion of a letter that my grandfather wrote to his best friend in 1941 after just meeting my grandmother, and it was hilarious and people laughed, and it's different to laugh at a funeral. Crying gives you a headache, but I assure you it does help. Sometimes the best medicine for a heartache is to just play. My brother and I broke out the N64 and we had a lot of fun as we just processed everything. And when you know that your loved one shares your faith in Jesus, mourning for them is much different than mourning for someone else, because you know that you have hope. My grandmother was very private about her faith, but in recent years she started watching the 700 Club and a fiery Baptist preacher every morning on TV, and there's no way to watch those two programs without either turning to Jesus or turning the channel. So I have hope. I hope that is helpful to you. I know some of you have lost family members, and it is hard and it is a process. If you're willing to share with me what you've learned about your losses, I'd be grateful to hear it. I hope you have a great day. God bless.